Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a tarot oracle reading, and Taurus, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Taurus, we all have a little bit of Taurus in us somewhere. If you do have your birth chart, which house is Taurus in? That will give you an idea where this energy is most likely presenting for you. This is a timely reading, so if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That will give you further clarity as to your situation now. All right, so the underlying energy for this reading is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords represents an energy of 4 of the queens in the minor arcana. She is dealing with the element of air, and the swords represent your mental intelligence and discipline of your mind, your thoughts, basically. And the queen, she's considered to be the coldest of all the queens, and that's because she's been there, done that, has the t-shirt, and has zero desire to put up with any bullshit. And she has her head above the clouds, so she has clarity as to what she will and will not put up with. And she has her right hand. In her right hand is a sword, and this is saying, off with your heads if you come into me incorrect. So she is willing to receive. She does have her left hand out here to receive, but she's saying you better come in correct. And then we have the King of Pentacles energy. So the King of Pentacles represents someone who's dealing with the earth element, and this is shown by the pentacle. This is health, wealth, and happiness in the third dimensional plane. Now, the pentacles are in the shape of a coin because a big part of health, wealth, and happiness in 3D is money. But you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want. So this is representing lifestyle above money. And the King of Pentacles is known for his ability to, really be very good at business and having a good lifestyle because of it. This energy quite often can be talking about people that are in the banking industry, to do with coin. And so this could represent, if it's a manager or someone working at the bank, it would be a manager and up. This can also be talking about the energy of, a head financial advisor for a large corporation. This could be an energy of accountants, financial advisors, wealth management people, insurance, that sort of energy, retirement planning. And it would, if this is someone high up, so they would be someone that is a partner in a firm. This also can quite often represent real estate. Because of the land, the earth energy. So this would represent, commercial or residential real estate that are more high ticket numbers. Mortgage brokers, it could be stock brokers dealing with minerals like gold, silver, etc. that are in the ground. And maybe this is like an entrepreneur who's just doing very well at business. The grapes on the King of Pentacles robe represent the ability to be able to grow things that are challenging to grow. And so that's what this energy is talking about, someone who's admired because of their ability to grow and have a good lifestyle from it. We do have also the energy of the High Priestess. So the High Priestess, we're talking about the High Priestess is sitting on the throne in between these two pillars. These two pillars represent two extremes, and then she has all this information coming in from both sides. So she needs to be able to get neutral to the information and not be thinking so much about it or be emotional about it, so that she can choose the best options coming from both sides of the equation. And this is about 100% infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond. So she's really sitting between two extremes, because this is representing Jesus and this is representing the devil. The energy is talking about, being joyful because she can find the answers. And she does follow the crescent moon there, represents her ability to follow the cycles of the moon and understand them. Then we have this energy here of 10 of Pentacles. So this is a a big amount of money. This is the most you can have in tarot. So we're talking billionaire, trillionaire. This energy is also talking about having a really beautiful lifestyle to go with it. Like having the person that you love, that you enjoy being with, the partners that you enjoy in business. This can be talking about having the 2.5 children and the pets, and having neighbors that you enjoy being around. This is talking about having the ultimate lifestyle in a perfectly imperfect world. And sometimes this can be talking about an energy of like a windfall coming out unexpectedly. If you're in any legal matters, sometimes it can talk about that it's going to be resolved and you will be able to see an end to it soon. You may have felt stuck in your energy for a while here. The hangman represents someone that is hanging from the tree of knowledge because he wants to take a look at something from all perspectives before taking action. And this is when his aura lightens up, that's when he takes action. And sometimes, though, this card can be talking about being stuck because you're waiting for justice to come in or some energy like that. It's very interesting energy. This is similar to the Aries reading. And quite often the horoscope readings will be similar because the energy is similar. It's just how different signs approach it. And so this could be like you've been stuck for a while and been waiting for something to happen. Now, this energy on June 9th, and it's on the 7th today. So on June 9th, they're both Venus and Jupiter are going to be moving into the sign of Cancer. And this will be what a lot of astrologers say is the luckiest day of the year for love and money. And some of them are even saying for the decade. So here we have a cup of love and here we have the maximum amount of money. And this is the energy these were two cards that showed up in the last reading. Just these three are the same on this one. So there is like this similar energy coming out right now. So far, so good. Because this is good news. This is talking about the knight in shining armor coming out. The knight in shining armor is representing, the guy that you hear about in all the romance novels, someone that comes in with a real love offer. And the knights, they would travel far and wide, delivering messages for the kings, queens, and the court. Back in those days, that was the only form of long distance that they had of communication and information. But these days, this could represent so many different ways of communicating. So you don't have to wait for someone to come to your door. This could be a phone call, a text message. Perhaps you have, something coming in the mail, or maybe a delivery of flowers, that sort of energy. Possibly you're on social media and get messaged there, and maybe attend an event that was posted there, and next thing you know, you run into the Knight of Cups offering a cup of love. It's that type of energy. And then we have the Justice card. So justice has been prevalent in a lot of the readings lately. I feel that's just the energy on the planet right now. We're seeing a lot of truths coming out. We have in the Uranus moved into the sign of Gemini about a month ago now. And this energy, you can go back and take a look at at the beginning of May, the end of April, if you want to know more about it. But basically with Uranus and Gemini, it's wanting the truth to come out. And the last time that Uranus was in Gemini was back in 1941 to 1949. So this energy is really prevalent right now for the truth coming out, and a lot of justice, we'll see how long it takes for the justice, but this is just the energy that moving forward here. So the justice is talking about, there's a double-edged sword here. Justice is double-edged. So if you're on the right side of the law, justice is something to be really looking forward to. And if you're on the wrong side of the law, well, probably not so much. She has her right foot out and she's ready to wield that sword of justice. We have the Emperor. So the Emperor energy is talking about an individual from the major arcana that has the qualities of all four kings from the minor arcana rolled into one person. This is talking high level performance. So this would be someone that a lot of people look up to for many reasons. This is totally alpha male energy. He wears his robe, his armor underneath his robe, so that in a moment's notice, if there's some sort of energy of opportunity going by, or there's some sort of he needs to get up and fight, he's ready to do so. He rarely does have to fight because he's an alpha male, and the beta males don't they don't challenge him because they know they'll lose. This is an energy that generally it has authority and that people look up to in a big way. So this is the image that you have of yourself right now, and this is talking about your abundance. And so that's pretty cool. And then we have here communication in your early life. So this is saying sort of stuck energy here, or looking at things from all perspectives. So maybe you're looking back to something that happened in your early life when, like from your first family. And then we have your emotional foundation. And so if you're looking for a cup of love, sometimes the cups don't have to be about romantic love. They can be love of anyone or anything. And they can even be about something you love to do or be. So you can look at it from that perspective if you're I'm not shopping for love. This does represent romantic love a lot of the time. And with that energy coming in on June 9th, I mean, it's a great time if you are looking for love. And then this energy, this is your emotional foundation now. And then this is your creativity, romance, and your children. Yeah. So this sometimes could be representing that you maybe don't have children yet, or you haven't found that special someone, and that's what you're kind of thinking about expanding your, that kind of energy, being creative in that way. And then we have this energy is talking about your daily routine. So this is having like a strong daily routine, having like quality to your life with this. And of course, the Emperor quite often, we have a lot of pentacles out here. So we have really strong lifestyle energy here. And that's Taurus, that's right up your alley. Taurus is the youngest of all the pentacle energies, so the earth element. And Taurus, it's important to Taurus to feel like safe and secure in that energy of being able to move forward, like in that way. We do have this energy coming in. There is going to be a new moon in Gemini on June 14th, and we're starting to feel that energy now coming in a little bit. It's a week away. So when the new moon is in Gemini, this is an opportunity to really go after your personal goals and improve communication. So this energy is talking about kind of the middle 10 days. There's not a whole lot really going on that's new in this energy. It's pretty much the new moon is about the only other energy than the June 9th energy. And so I just want to remind people of that. I did talk about that at the beginning for the beginning of the month reading, but it's even closer now. It's only a couple days away. And so really there's not a whole lot of energy, in the middle of this month where there's, things that you need to really watch for astrologically. We had enough happen in the beginning of this year. Like there was a lot of energy moving, and with that Uranus in Gemini energy, the truth is coming out a lot right now. We have the new moon is also in Gemini, so it's about, going to probably bring more truth out in communication with truth. This is an external force. This is talking about cutthroat energy. This is about willing to risk it all, basically, to get what you want. And so this is coming in as an external force. So there is a lot of coin in this reading so far. And this is internal forces. This is internal forces. So the external forces might be eyeing up, like you've got an Emperor energy here. There's love coming in. There's money coming in. You could have a lot of people wishing they were you, Taurus. And so Sometimes this energy can talk about outer conflict, like he's already, I'll put this here just in case you can see it better here. You know, this is, he's been in battle with these two people, and he's saying, if there's any other takers, I'm willing to take them on. I'll stand up and fight for what's mine. You can even see the energy in the sky is very jagged. The swords, again, represent that intellectual, you know, your mental intelligence and discipline of your mind. And so he's saying, I'll take on anyone. Now, sometimes this can represent inner conflict, but this is coming from the external forces. So I do feel that this is talking about external force conflict. So yeah, it's probably because we see so much coin around here. And we have judgment coming in. So this judgment is talking, the judgment is going to come down from the spiritual realm down to the physical. And we actually have the ancestors climbing out of their boxes like, woohoo, justice is here. So this sometimes can represent that the justice is actually, you know, we have justice and we have judgment. So this can sometimes represent an energy of that maybe your ancestors, it could be that they didn't have, so they had some unfinished business that they weren't able to resolve before they move on. They're waving to the descendants and saying, yay, you know, the trumpet's blowing, judgment is being called, finally. Now, this is kind of bringing up that Gemini energy, Uranus being in Gemini, and the last time it was in 1941 to 1949. So it could be talking about ancestors from that time frame that don't feel that they got justice on some level, and they're looking for, yay, the truth is finally coming in. It's interesting because this is in your position of commitments, partnerships, and marriage. So this could be talking about your ancestors, or even if you're an older, you know, old enough to have descendants that are adults, it can be talking about your descendants and having to kind of clean up karma for them as well, like for the bloodline. This card is stuck here. And look at this, we do have disappointment in love here. So you would know if this is yours or not. Again, the cups do represent, if this is romantic love, this quite often can represent a third party energy. We have two cups with wine spilt and one with a third, you know, different liquid. And then we have the two cups standing behind. Now, in romantic love, this could represent a third party energy. If it's more like partnerships in business or whatever, it could represent someone that was doing business on the side with someone else, you know, in that way. Yeah, so it could be, if it's family members, friends, etc. It could just be like having a fallout, or, you know, something happening where you had an argument or that. But this is talking about regret and remorse. This is talking about not being able to regain this. Like if you've ever heard the saying, don't cry over spilt milk, it's talking about once the milk's in the ground, you have to accept it as a loss. So this card is representing that regret or remorse. But the best thing he can do right now is turn around, pick up these two cups, walk down the path, cross over the bridge over troubled water to the castle. And you may notice in the background there, the castle almost looks like it's half dilapidated and half standing. So sometimes that could represent this energy of what's your attitude going to be? Are you going to be looking at the situation as the glass is half full, or is the glass half empty? And this is in your transition. So something's happening. This energy, this disappointing energy, is either about to happen or has happened. And we have temperance. I feel like it has happened. You might know what it is, and if not, you might have an idea of what's coming up. It does have to do with this energy here. And then temperance is about having patience. This is in your higher learning. So this is, you know, a lot of people consider this the earth angel energy. In the Bible, it says God sends down like 144,000 angels. And a lot of people consider this to be an earth angel. And so she's got her right foot in the water here, and she's adding her own special alchemy. And then her left foot is grounded on earth, and we have two flowers growing here. And so this is representing the beauty already being created by her presence. And this is the path of glory. So staying on that path, it takes patience. Temperance is about talking about having a good attitude, basically, like not having a bad temper, not being all cranky and miserable, just having the patience to know that all good things happen in good time, in God's time, and that, you know, we don't know why things maybe are taking longer than we think they should, but God has a much bigger plan than any of us could ever come across. So a lot of times it can represent an energy where maybe you are benefiting more people than just yourself. And then we have the Chariot. So this is talking about, there's a few cards here where it's coming in from the spiritual, and it's already like moving forward in the physical. So the Chariot energy can represent, like, it's like a tank. It's like you're on it. There's no need for reins. And these two are like moving forward. And this energy sometimes is considered like law enforcement coming forward after investigation and making arrests or indictments or whatever that is for something that happened. So I don't like the energy, there's justice needed for something, and their judgment has been called. And there is this disappointed energy. This is in your career and reputation, so it might have something to do with that. And then we have the Fool on a new journey. So this is talking like, yeah, if this justice happens, that's when maybe, you know, and this energy could represent an emperor coming forward. You could be the emperor wanting to approach someone. This is definitely like Taurus energy. You know, the thing is about the King of Pentacles and the Emperor is they're both very set in their ways. In many ways, they can be quite controlling. The King of Pentacles doesn't like having to do things differently. He knows what works and what doesn't. But the problem is that we had a lot of planets move into the sign of Aries in the last few months in particular. And that energy is causing a lot of people have to like look at things from a slightly different perspective to be able to move forward. Things that used to work. Neptune moved into the sign of Gemini a couple months ago. And when that happened, or not in Gemini, sorry, in Aries. And Neptune was in Pisces energy before that for 14 years. And it's kind of your idealism and how you look at your approach to business, your approach to relationships of all kinds, including your relationship to money and how you do finances and all of that energy. And a lot of people, I mean, for 14 years, we've all been doing things. Well, this works. This always works. Like I've perfected it. Yes. And then Neptune, who's kind of in charge of that energy, decides, you know what? We're going to learn how to do things a different way. We're moving into the sign of Aries. And this is like totally opposite from Neptune energy or from the Pisces energy. Pisces is the most senior executive of the horoscope, the last sign, and the Aries energy is the newborn baby it's the very first sign, a brand new energy. So, and it's going to be there for the next 14 years. So a lot of people are finding this, man, what am I doing wrong? But it's an energy of you might just have to tweak things a little bit to get them to work for you. And then we have the star energy. So this is talking about your energy. It's saying there's blessings coming in because you've done your best to stay on the path. We have both the earth angel and the star energy here. So this is following your North Star energy means you've been on your destined path. And very similar energy, pouring her own special qualities. This is more like on a spiritual level in some ways, and this is more on a physical. Like as you can see her pouring the water out here, there's 5 streams, and those 5 streams represent the 5 points on the pentacle. So it's about bringing those special galactic energies that you have down to planet Earth. And we have this, oh, wait a minute, this was in here. This was moving here. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at I feel brain dead today. It's a weird energy. I feel like kind of half asleep today, and I'm not tired. I got lots of sleep, but a lot of different, like I had, my day went sideways. So You have to excuse me. So this is your blessing. So the blessing is being able to move forward in this new energy. Like there's some really powerful energy here that's really awesome. And this energy also, we're talking about this moving forward into a new cycle. And I feel this is the new cycle we're moving into. And this disappointment from the past is like, this is external and this is internal. The internal forces are really strong right now. So you've got, a lot of really good energy coming in. Okay, I'm going to clarify this for those of you who want clarification. If you're leaving the reading here, thank you so much for your time and your energy. I really do appreciate it. And I will... if you are leaving now, thank you, and thank you for likes and comments is what I wanted to say. Also, if you want to subscribe to the channel, if you resonate, I would be honored if you did so. Now I'm going to clarify with this energy from my oracle, Tales from the Vector. This is actually a painting that I did, and one of them of 64 that I did. Now I do have a website. This is Tales from the Vector, and my website is talesfromthevector.com. You can, the numbers on these cards represent the paintings as they're listed in my gallery, and I am going to put these in the order they appear here so you'll know which paintings to look for. All right, so we have this energy coming in. We have deception here. So the deception is coming in from the Dirty D's. This is kiss me good. There's a hex in the city. So there was in the past some disappointment. It looks like it was third-party energy. So this can be external forces. I feel this is from the past for sure, because it's not affecting your internal forces now. I feel maybe this happened, and now this could even be from your ancestors. But it has some effect on you somehow because it is coming in. This is just a tactic that can be used now. So this could represent, maybe it's sitting right on the judgment on your ancestors. So maybe something happened between your great-grandmother and great-grandfather. Who knows? Maybe even your grandfather, grandmother energy, if they were in a different country or separated through 1941 to 1949, when the last time Uranus was in Gemini. So it could be something to do with that. We do have a new lover energy coming in here. It's saying use your intuition regarding that coming through, and that you have a big energetic upgrade coming in. And so the Magician energy is really awesome to see here on here. So it's saying this is moving forward. And we have judgment here as well. So this is talking about God's judgment, being unfettered, opening your heart up to new love, because we have new love coming in. And look at this. This is saying Libra energy. So the Libra energy is when you are old enough to be mature, to have like a commitment or a relationship with someone to make a strong commitment, like being able to be married or be in an energy of, making commitments about raising a family, that type of energy. And so maybe if this is something from your past, like this disappointment, it could have been because you were maybe too young and you didn't understand what that sort of commitment was really going to take and just weren't up for it, or your partner wasn't. And then this energy of the Tower coming in could represent that sort of energy. And that's maybe it's taken you a little bit of time to be able to, get over it, like to open your heart back up, because it was a challenging time. But this is saying it's safe to love again. And now if you're more mature, you're more ready for that relationship. And if it's an Emperor coming in, and we do have the transition card on this, it's talking about a major transition in your daily routine and habits. So this is pretty good energy here. Now on this, we have a Justice card. We have the Devil energy. So it is something that happened that someone was tempted by. Now, Let's see what this is about. Whenever the devil card comes up, I always cover it with the next card up. I want to see what the devil energy is talking about, basically about temptation. So I want to see, who the devil doesn't do his own dirty work. So who does the devil send in? What's it about kind of energy? Does God cover it for you? Let's take a look and see what's the next card up is attachment. Look at that. What's yours is mine and what's mine is mine. So this is talking about the mother of all karmic spaces. If you become attached to something, then it makes it easier for you to say, hey, I deserve this more than them and I'm going to take it. Now, this could be talking about someone being attached to your partner or commitment, or it could have something to do with some money. Like this sometimes does represent a windfall coming in unexpectedly, and it could be inheritance or something like that. You might know about it or you might not. We also have a transition coming here in the daily routine, which we talked about. Now, for the external forces here, we have the Cancer. So this is talking about that energy of Gemini, or sorry, not Gemini, of the Venus and Jupiter moving into the sign of Cancer in 2 days. And it's a lot of the astrologers are saying this is the luckiest day of the year for love and money. And some are even saying of the decade. So it's coming up again here. And I want to point out that when I do have horoscope signs coming into my readings, I am not talking about particular people. I'm talking about the energy of the signs themselves. So this is talking about, every sign has its strengths and weaknesses. And if you ever do get your birth chart done, you will have, different signs in different houses. And you can take a look at that and get a better idea where it shows up for you. This is talking about the moon. That I feel that the moon that we just had, Cancer is ruled by the moon, and we had that moon it was on the 31st. So it's about a week ago now. But that was a blue moon, so it was pretty intense energy. It was talking about, there was two full moons in 1 month of May. And then we have also now the energy here, and this is about your transition again. Yeah, like life's a slice, hold the drama. I feel this could represent, like this is coming from external forces causing drama in your life. And we don't see a whole lot of it here in your internal forces, but we can see it in the external forces a bit. Really, generally, this is a really good reading. So this might be in the past, or it's sitting right on the Judgment card here, or this is the about your partner's commitments and spousal energy, but it's sitting on right on your ancestors, not on you. So maybe there was a lot of drama that you didn't know about. This card sometimes can represent skeletons coming out of the closet or Pandora's box being opened. Maybe there was, something you're going to find out about that you didn't know about your family. And this is talking about how the karmic space of intent. So the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And look at that, sitting right on there. So, I'm picking up it's sitting, this energy is sitting more on the ancestors, and possibly maybe there's some inheritance or something you didn't know about coming towards you from your ancestors. And then we have falling and failing in love is a matter of eye. Now that could be either or. This is talking about your higher learning. So this is talking about, if you stay in this disappointment, then you're not going to experience love again. So you have to make a decision that you're going to love yourself enough to move forward and open your heart up and heal so that you can love again. But I'm wondering, it's almost like this is again talking about an energy that could be coming from, you'll know if this is you or your ancestors, or maybe even both. There could be a blind spot here, something you don't know that That's what I feel is happening here. Scotoma is when you have a part of your eye that doesn't see 100% clearly, but it's most of the time, most of us have them, but we don't really notice them, because if they're not in a certain part of the eye, they wouldn't really be noticeable. It's like a few pixels are a little bit blurry, and in the big picture, it's not such a big thing. But in real life, this can talk about things happening in your life, or like in your ancestors, that you had no idea. And, you know, from doing a lot of these readings, this card quite often comes up when there's disappointment in love. And that can happen because when we love someone, whether that be romantic, or if it's like our children, our parents, or, you know, relatives, friends, we don't want to see negative about them. So you'd be surprised how people will fight that, you know. And look at this, we have the Emperor again on this new cycle. So I feel like this is talking about this new cycle you're on, is talking about this Emperor coming in. And it's, here he is again on the start of the new cycle. So maybe that's who's coming in with the cup of love, or you could be the Emperor coming in with that love. And this is confirming that's when the new cycle begins. So maybe someone does, if you're popping the question or something like that, they say yes. And we have the star for the final energy on the star. So if you didn't know that you're a star, this is saying you are a star. And it's time to get on your destined path. You are meant to shine. You're meant to be happy. So, you know, and it's talking about this innocence of this new cycle. So if this is old energy left over from your ancestors, it's talking about you moving forward. And by doing so, the ancestors are thrilled. They're watching from, you know, across the veil, and they're, yes, it's finally cleared up. And so this is like a very powerful. You're not just doing this for you, any inner work in that, you're doing it for them as well. This is a really good reading. Yeah, and it, like, as I said, there's not a whole lot of really challenging astrological influences coming in. There still are some from the earlier readings, you know, the Uranus thing. As long as you're on the right side of the law, I'm all for it. Let's have the truth come out. The thing that you have to realize, though, is that it's coming out in really weird ways sometimes. So you just have to be kind of conscious of that. I feel like this is, you know, like, a really, really good reading for you. I think there's a lot of opportunity here for you. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If so, I thank you for any likes and comments, and for your time and energy, and consider subscribing. I would be honored if you did so. All right, I will be back with another reading for you soon. Bye for now, Taurus.